Hello everyone, this side Abhishek Singh. So I have total 9 years of experience into data engineering and I have worked with multiple companies, clients in the past 9 years. So right now I'm just building the entire platform using Agentic AI, and in the phase 1 we are just ingesting the data from multiple source using batch and streaming, a file ingestion using Metal architecture. In my source system, we are ingestion from the API sources, a relation database like Microsoft SQL Server, Postgres, MySQL, and we are building the Confluent Kafka producer scripts, which we are using Debizium's CDC and the APIs, which will fetch the data from my internal tables, internal database, and push it into my Confluent cloud, which was deployed on GCP. On the GCP, we have used the topic event stream, schema enforcement, KSQL, creating metalized views, joining multiple topics, and on top of that, we are ingesting around 80 GB of data, retention period of 7 days. We are loading approximately 13.4 TB of data, replication vector is 3, and the other details we have pushed in my architecture. From there, we are pushing the data into my Spark structured streaming as a DLT and creating all the scripts using bronze, silver, and gold. In the second phase, we are ingesting the connecting the NAS drive location from the client, and we are loading CSV, Excel, PDF, and unstructured and structured data using Azure Data Factory copy activity and push it into my ATLS Gen 2. And right now I'm going through the demonstration. Let me expand. So this is the producer scripts, and the domain I have selected, that is Amazon. We are fetching all the data from the Amazon using web scraping and creating multiple scripts as per the different category wise. For example, air condition, Amazon fashion, baby products, camera, dog supplies, furniture, etc. So if you can see, these are the scripts which I have written, and these are the more additional scripts which I have just loaded over here. Once the data is coming in the backend, if you can see, all the scripts are running using my internal table and the terminal, for which we can see there are different topics for which the data is pushing in my Confluent Kafka topic. Let me go and explain the Confluent Kafka. So this is a cluster detail which is deployed on GCP, and this is a lineage. Let me refresh it. 1 second. Okay. So as of now, we have a producer, and all the scripts are coming from my local system. We have added 20 topics, and these are topics pushing the data into my different consumer groups. So first we have a 22 consumer groups, and the second we have a 436. Now let me go in the topic and share you some details. Let's see, Amazon fashion sale. So we have a in schema enforcement, but as of now I have not added any schema, so that is why this schema infer schema is popping up. We can add also, but as of now I have not added. Let me go to the messages. Okay. Okay, so we know that the in the Kafka Confluent Kafka, we are ingesting the data in the value of key value pair, and you can see each unique key is presenting and the its value. For example, if you talk about this, this is the data which is coming from the Amazon fashion, which is having the product name, different category, their prices, what was the customer details, and what is the payment method. Like this we will get all the different unit ID which is coming from my local system. Now let me take one more example. For example, let's take Amazon Sale Electronics. Let me go to the messages. So we can consume the data on the basis of last 1 hour, last 6 hours, 12 hours from the beginning, and from especially from we can select the timestamp also. But for this demonstration, I am taking the latest one. So like this, it is also showing the product detail for all the sales electronics. For example, this one is the Bluetooth bird which is selling on Amazon. The product is a baseband 5.1 Bluetooth, their price, quantity, and who was the consumer. Like this, we are getting all the details, especially the payment method. Method is here, which is coming from the credit card. Now let me explain my EIML. Expand it. So likewise, I have implemented the DLT. So what it will do, it will read the data from my Confluent Kafka topic, and we are converting all the key value pair and casting into string, because all the data which is coming from the Confluent Kafka, it is you can say it is having a unique keys. So to read the data, we have to first typecast. Once typecasting is done, we are enriching the data and creating the different columns out of the streaming table, and enriching the data product, and in the final we are building the reports. Let me demonstrate the data. For example, this is a bronze script, and from here, first of all, how we are loading and connecting all the secrets. So we have set up our secret scope in the Databricks, and from there we are fetching all the details. So we are not hard coding all the details. Everything will be used using the scope. So first we are using a JS configuration which will use the API key and the password as a API secret. And then we have given all the streaming reading the Kafka topic using bootstrap servo. Uh, Topic also we have given in the secret, so it will collect depend upon the target table, and it will fetch automatically. And we are casting the table. So if you can see here, we are typecasted to a string which is coming from the bronze layer. In the silver, let me open the silver, which is a data products underscore ATL. This is a silver, and in the silver, what I'm doing, I'm loading the data from by bronze table, and we are doing the infer schema where we are separating all the columns and creating the and cleaning the data product, which I can show you here. I have added multiple unit test cases also, and top of that it will read the data, do the data aggregation, and we have also implemented the watermarking, and we are getting all the unique IDs, so duplicate value is not mentioned over here. In the final data product, we are building the reports which will be depend upon multiple tables. For example, right now for this particular category wise, I have used around 7 to 8 tables, and we are creating all the data aggregation, finding all the building the reports, also implemented the ranking on the uh, based on the metrics what we have used. So this is a flow. Also, I want to explain the next phase. In the next phase, we are getting the data from the unstructured data, which is available in my bronze layer. Sorry, which is available in the file landing zone. So we have a two type of data: structured and unstructured. Structured data, we have all the PDF file, CSV files, which is similar to my Confluent Kafka, for which we are using Azure Data Factory to do the copy from the NAS drive and push it into my ADLS Gen 2. The second unstructured data, we are using a PDF format In the PDF, we are collecting all the product information. For example, this is the article 360 winter jacket, which will give the information about the product, what was the material, what was the size, how to use this product, and what was the warranty. All this detail we are getting from the PDF. Now, in the phase second, we are started building the agentic layer. So in the first phase, you ingest all the data from the Confluent multiple source system, use uh, DLT streaming application, and create the intermediate data products. Now we are collecting the data products from the unstructured and structured data and start building the LLM model. So in the first phase, in the second phase, we are doing all the you can say the chunking part using Tesseract OCR, how this PDF format will be captured using regex. Then agentic AI models I will be using, which will be a 50 specialized agent using Mosaic AI framework, and the LLM model which I have used, that is for example Databricks Model API, Claude Opus 4.8, GPT 5.2, and also this data product will have additional tools, external API like Tavily for the web search, and there are multiple tools which I have just added using UDF for the validation and the quality check. We will be using LLM as a judge scoring, and evaluation set human review for each release. For the governance and security, we are using implementing all the sensitive PHI column protection in the Unity catalog. So all the personal detail and personal information will not go in the LLM model. And in the final data product, we are deploying all these applications using Databricks apps. The endpoint will be a Databricks, and hopefully by this week I will push the entire data product and push it in my LinkedIn profile. So I hope you like this, and happy learning. Thank you for watching.